What is up, YouTube? It is your boy King Beam, aka I'm Vengeance, and today, you already know by the title, we're gonna be talking about the Batman. Easily the best movie that I've seen this year so far. Batman has been my favorite superhero since I was like 5 years old. We've gotten so many renditions of Batman. Gotta love the Dark Knight trilogy of Joker. Want to see how I got these scars? And Dark Knight Rises, Bane quotes. Hold on. I got you. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I'm so good at that. Anyway, gotta love the Dark Knight trilogy. Batfleck, I wasn't a big fan of at first, but then seeing he's like a, I don't know what, 50-year-old Batman, I think it kind of works. I don't agree with him like picking up guns and shooting people, but I like Batfleck. But Matt Reeves Batman, Robbie Patterson, Cedric, that's his name in what's his name, Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter, Mr. Twilight himself. This Batman, easily my favorite, hands down. This is my Batman. Even I just like from the opening scene of the movie, it just draws you in so well. He comes in and he gives this whole speech talking about, he's been doing this for 2 years and he's like trying to make a difference, so he doesn't know if he's making a difference or not. Like there's crime everywhere, and then he's like, when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call, it's a warning. They think I'm hiding in the shadows. I am the shadows. Like, he's so dark and broody and edgy, giving me that really good, like, young, just getting into Batman feeling. And I love this for him. And first of all, I want to talk about the cinematography of the movie. Greg Fraser is a freaking genius with the cinematography, man. The upside down shot, my favorite shot from the entire film. So, spoilers, by the way, if you didn't already guess, but there's gonna be spoilers. Anyway, in the movie, there's a part where Batman is chasing Penguin, and they have this big car chase, and then Penguin's car gets flipped over, right? And so, no, Penguin thinks he outruns the Batman, but no. Batman comes soaring through the fire, and then he knocks into Penguin's car. Penguin's car gets flipped over, right? And so then we get this shot where we see it from Penguin's perspective because he's upside down in his car. But then we just see Batman. But first, we hear him before we see him, which is what I love. I'm gonna talk about that later. Anyway, we hear him before we see him. Then Batman walks out through the fire, upside down, walking towards Penguin. It's just that one shot of the movie. I'm pretty sure I cried tears of joy when I saw that. It's so good. I love that scene. But just the cinematography of the movie is so good. Unlike Marvel movies, Disney, the movie's very dark, but you can see what's going on, Unlike in Marvel movies where it's dark and you don't know what's going on. Anyway, I love how they shot Gotham. It's really gritty. In the comics, you would hate to live here. Because I know in Christopher Nolan's Batman, he tried to make it realistic to our cities what we have, but this Gotham is it's a trash pile. You never want to be anywhere near this Gotham. It looks terrible, and I think that's a really good vibe. It really sucks you into the movie to see why the crime is ramping up and everything. Gotham is a terrible city. And next I want to talk about the music. Like I was saying earlier, you hear Batman before you see him, right? And I just think that's really cool. So first you hear his footsteps, and then you start to hear his theme. And my goodness, I don't know who composed this. I should have looked it up before I started recording. Anyway, they made the Batman theme, and it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's dun, dun, dun. It's like a Imperial March sort of thing, like a Darth Vader sort of vibe when it comes on, when you start hearing it. And it's you hear Batman's footsteps, then you hear his theme, and then you see him, and it all just collides together into some cinematic genius of music. And it's just It's amazing, okay? Cinematography and music, it really sets the vibe for the entire film. But what we are really here to talk about is the Batman himself and his journey to become the Batman. So, as we know, the movie is called The Batman, but Batman is not Batman for the entire movie. See, Bruce Wayne, in the beginning of the film, he's vengeance, you know? We can tell by his actions and by his little monologues that he gives that he is actively out there trying to, you know, seek vengeance on the criminals out here and the crime of the city. He's trying to take them down. He just wants to, you know, get revenge and take out his anger because he's angry about his dead parents, you know, and he's angry that the city sucks and he wants to make a change. He just wants to kill all the criminals out there. And, you know, we come to later find out that that's not the best approach, but that is what this Batman is going with. And before I go into anything more deeper, I just want to talk about his suit real quick. The suit itself is freaking amazing. Now, the one reason why I didn't like Batfleck because his suit was mid. It's just a thick boy. It wasn't really good. It wasn't cool in my opinion. But this Batman suit, it looks like one of like the Arkham, Arkham Origins. It kind of looks like that suit a little bit. But this suit is gas, bro. And then the whole movie, it looked like the bat symbol was a knife to me. And then he took it out and used it as a knife at the end of the movie. And I was like, yes, I knew it. It's practical. He has these like little boots to make him taller and sound menacing when he walks up to people. He has adrenaline in his suit where he can like pick up and inject himself with adrenaline so he can like keep going no matter what. I mean, this Batman suit is amazing. All right, so Batman. We all know Batman. He's menacing. He's in the dark. He's Batman. But he's also the world's greatest detective. And now, in previous Batman movies, I know that we've seen him do, you know, a little bit of, you know, sleuthing around. But I didn't really think that we got what I would consider world's greatest detective stuff in a movie. But this movie, I think I can safely say that this is the first time we've seen on the big screen Batman really utilizing all of his brain to be the world's greatest detective. You know, seeing as his villain was the Riddler in this film, and he has all these little weird riddles, and like, I mean, the first one, he kills the senator or whatever he was, and then apparently he was, you know, corrupt and he was lying about stuff, and then he killed him, and then he was like, what does a liar do when he's dead? Then Batman was like, because he left a cipher to figure it out, but then Batman knew right away. He was like, he lies still. And I was like, like that's good. Like the Riddler, he did his thing. And like Batman, he had to like do ciphers and, you know, gather evidence from different places and piece together, you know, parts of the puzzle from Riddler's past. There's this one part where, you know, when he first killed the first guy he killed, he like cut off his thumb and then he put it in his car, and then like 30 minutes later in the movie, Batman finds it, and it's like it has a thumb drive at the end, and that's like thumb drive because it's a thumb, and it's, you know, it's Batman was doing a lot of sleuthing because the Riddler was doing a lot of riddles, and it was really cool to see Batman be the world's greatest detective for once on the big screen. Riddler, okay, so the Riddler in this movie, how do I want to say this? He's not like I don't want to say like he's a foil to Batman per se. I don't know, but they have similarities. They both have the same goal, and they want to, you know, get rid of crime in Gotham, but they're going about it different ways. And, you know, like Batman, he's attacking like actual criminals in the city, while the Riddler, he wants to go after the corrupt, you know, politicians of the city and expose them for, you know, lying and being corrupt. And he thinks that these corrupt people are the reason why Gotham sucks and why there's so much crime, so he wants to kill them all and, you know, reform the city, quite literally, as we see later in the movie, because he blows it up. Anyway, they both have the same goal, but they're going about it different ways. And so Batman, he's trying to stop the Riddler because he's killing people, but the Riddler thinks that he's working with Batman to create some kind of change. And it's really cool to see because, like I was saying earlier, Batman, he kept saying that he was vengeance, and he thought that he was making a change, but he wasn't. He was doing exactly what the Riddler was doing, which was inciting more crime and violence and inspiring more criminals to do more crime in the city. And I just want to talk about Catwoman really fast because it kind of ties into this. Catwoman in this film, her dad is what's his name? I don't even know. I forgot, but he's like the big gangster mobster in Gotham, but he doesn't know that he has a daughter. Anyway, she wants to kill him because her dad killed her mom and like killed her, I think it was her girlfriend, I don't know. He's been killing people close to her, and so she wants to kill him. And so then, you know, she's a criminal, but then she meets up with Batman. You know, they start working together to try to make a change. You know, Batman's like, hey, let's let's not kill people and all that, you know, because Batman doesn't kill. And, you know, he's not trying to make her a better person, but indirectly through his actions he makes her a better person. And at the end of the film, you know, because of what Batman was to her, because he was actually trying to like make a change and save people's lives throughout the movie, he was trying to like, you know, help people out. Catwoman kind of caught on to that, and at the end of the movie she helped him out. She saved his life right at the end of the movie. And you know, when Batman, at the end of the movie too, Batman, he was having this fight with one of Riddler's goons, and then Riddler's goon was like, I'm vengeance. And it was like Batman had inspired two different people in two different ways. He inspired this little Riddler goon guy to hook up with the Riddler and become a villain because, you know, he wanted vengeance on the city that had hurt him and had corrupted him and made his life terrible. But then he saw the change that he had on Selina, and he made her want to be a better person. And then he realized that's what he wants to do in Gotham. He wants to inspire change, but he wants to inspire people to be better versions of themselves to make the city better. And so this is when Batman gets rid of vengeance and he becomes Batman. After he saw what Selina had did to him, you know, he decided to be a hero, because at this point of the movie, the Riddler had blown up the city and the city's flooding and people are about to die. And so then Batman stops fighting and he like risks his life and jumps down from this tall, like, they're basically in Madison Square Garden in Gotham. He jumps down from like the Jumbotron into the water, and then he gets out this light and he starts leading people to safety. And so then he realized that people needed a hero. People needed a symbol of, you know, good that they could trust to defend them against evils. He didn't need to be fear incarnate anymore. He needed to be a savior. And then that's what he becomes at the end of the movie. And this is when he becomes the Batman. And that's what I really love about this movie, because, you know, they said that it's not a Batman origin story, but in a way it is, because at the beginning of the film he's not Batman yet, but by the end he realizes what Batman needs to be, and that's who he becomes at the end of the movie. And it's just so great. That's about it. I just wanted to talk about how amazing this movie is, and I don't know, it just made me feel so happy seeing this movie, and you know, the cinematography, the music, and everything colliding together with the plot. It was just so good. I mean, I didn't talk about everything. What's the name? The Penguin? He was hilarious. There's this whole joke about El Rata Lata. I think it's called the Rat with Wings, but it was this whole riddle that Batman had to figure out, you know, world's greatest detective and all that. But there's this scene in the movie because the riddle was El Rata Lata, and Batman and Jim Gordon were trying to figure out what it meant. And then because, you know, in actual Espanol, I'm pretty sure it'll be La Rata, because, you know, the A at the end, L and La, it's Spanish, okay? Anyway, Penguin was like, am I the only one who knows the difference between L and La? And I thought that was funny because, you know, it's a Spanish joke. Anyway, yeah, really, the movie was funny. I know people were getting mad because it wasn't as funny as it wasn't a Marvel movie, as it shouldn't have been. It's freaking Batman. It didn't need to be Guardians of the Galaxy levels of hilarious. It's the Batman. He's supposed to be dark and broody. People don't understand the Batman. It's so dumb. Batman. I love doing Joker impressions. Oh, one last thing I gotta talk about. Greg Fraser, like I said, freaking genius. If you don't know, Greg Fraser was the guy who did the cinematography on Rogue One. What did Rogue One have? The infamous hallway scene that we love with Darth Vader. What did the Batman have? A hallway scene. Greg Fraser, you are a genius. So Batman gets his own hallway scene, you know, because Greg Fraser, I'm pretty sure he loved the Vader one so much he had to implement it into this movie. But this one was so cool because it's a dark ass hallway, right? And then Batman's walking through the hallway like beating up criminals, and they're shooting him with guns. But the cool part about the scene was that the guns were practical. They were real gunshots, real muzzle flashes, walking through the dark hallway. It's cinematic genius. Oh, I'm in heaven. It was so good. It's such a great movie. I love the Batman. I need to see it again. Comes out on HBO Max. At the time I'm filming this, next Tuesday. So by the time this video comes out, it will be on HBO Max, and I will have watched the movie again because it's so good. Love the Batman, guys. If you're still here, thanks for watching the whole video through. I know I've been gone a while, but hey, I'm back. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video that I'm putting out. Yeah, talk to me in the comments about the Batman. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What were your favorite parts? You know, El Rada Alada. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching the video. Have a great day. Peace out.